So our speaker today is Dan. Most people say Jordan, but it is French, and some of us know there was an actor a long time ago called Louis Jourdan, and in French you would say Jourdan, but Dan Jordan or George Jourdan. DJ came forth. He ends up with the nickname, which is stuck, which is the Deej. And he's a salesman, plain and simple. He successfully started, built up, and sold 6 small businesses. And he loves working with people just like you who want to soar to new heights in their business or career. His business philosophy is a cross between Confucius and Robin Williams. Living in Georgia with his wife Sharon and 2 kids, Matthew and Sophie. He's here in the Atlanta area. He says that his kids and his wife have stopped listening to him, so he does these meetings in order to feel more relevant again. And his topic today is Corona Close.
Thank you, Richard. And, you know, many of you I know for a while, and some of you I know of. And, you know, so you say, you know, the things between Confucius and Robin Williams. The jokes, what I've learned with this whole Corona world that we live in, the jokes and the presentation doesn't work nearly as well on Zoom. So I just so you know from the front end, you know, a sympathy laugh or a fake laugh is just as appropriate as a real one. So feel free to add them along with you. Do we live in the same neighborhood?
We do. Chimney Street.
Okay. So let me tell you something about Mark that I know, and I don't know him worth of Adam other than I spoke with Doug Lehman, I think just yesterday or the day before, who talked about you. And I also spoke with another guy just recently, maybe another client that somebody I got a job for who told me I should talk to you. And so apparently I don't dress, this guy looks in shorts, like going to the pool. He looks as good as he does right now. Totally consistent. It's like you see him and you feel insecure just watching him walk because you know he looks so much better than you at all times.
Very kind.
So with that said, when we get done here, we need to connect and what have you. And my wife told me I need to call you.
Wow. Well.
All right. So that, by the way, is marketing. What happened is we came to the conclusion somehow that I heard of him, and I told my wife, I said, you know, this guy I heard about this guy, he dresses well. Then she looked him up. Then she found out, she saw him walking in the streets. Then she says, oh, that's guy. So all the stuff that you did in the background, you don't know who's watching you. So just today I was on before this call, I got a new client, a consulting client for a monthly thing. We do sales consulting. So I don't do business consulting. I can't run a business worth a squat. I mean, I had those 6 businesses that I sold. It's because I'm a terrible manager. I'm really good at growing businesses, but I'm an awful manager. It's just boring to me. I don't care. I just like growing. That's my shtick. So instead of getting to business to a next level, I wind up selling it and moving on. And my wife hates me. Why do you always have to start from 0? That's her thing, you know? So had I had business consultants like you, I would have been much larger and much more successful than I am now. But thankfully, I've learned from my mistake. I'm not selling anymore. But knowing that, I would where was I going? Oh yeah, the branding. So in this recent iteration with my company, and we do sales consulting, basically we build self-functioning, highly profitable sales arms to your organization that the owner doesn't need to be involved. I found if the owner is not involved in the sales process, the value of the business increases immediately. You can double the value of your business if the owner is not the main producer of the new business for that company. So that's what we do for companies, and then hopefully we could sell them and do that on the brokerage side. So that's what I do, and that's what you need to build your company. So the difference between marketing and sales is, so this client today, this new consulting client that we have right now, we had pitched him a while ago. I met him in a networking event, told him about what we did, blah, blah, blah. And then weeks later, he checked me out. And if you go on Google right now, do I have see in my screen? Let's just go to Google. You guys ever heard of Google? Okay, so I'm just going to pull up my name, Dan Jourdan. By the way, it's you want to be fancy about it. It's Danielle Jourdan, la fille de Henri de Paris. My sister's name, by the way, is the most beautiful name ever. Juliette Natasha Jourdan. Isn't that beautiful? She married a guy. Now her name is Julie Klug. Just screwed the whole thing up. So if you pull up my name, there's, you know, the whole first page is all me. The whole second page is all of me. And pictures and all this stuff. And third and all that stuff. So the marketing, it doesn't necessarily, it could be crap. It's not necessarily the quality of what's saying here. All somebody's looking for is this person, are you legitimate? And that's what marketing is. That's that back half of marketing. This guy today looked me up. He saw a whole bunch of stuff. So when we were on the call today, it wasn't a sales call. I was just stepping out of the way and letting him buy. Does that make sense? See, the Corona close right now, what the difference in this world that we're in right now is not that, you know, the sales process has changed. It's just that you have to do it now. You have to get out. It's too easy. It's too easy to get yourself out there and market that if you don't do it, you look lazy. You look like everybody else. It's one thing if somebody looks you up and finds out you're an axe murderer. Not good. But even worse, what if they look you up and they find nothing? What would you do? Let's say you're looking for a job or you're looking for a new client or something and you think you found somebody perfect and you say, hey, let me, you met somebody at a networking event and you look them up and you find virtually nothing on them. What do you think about them? I'm going to ask Michael. Michael, what do you think about the person when you look up and you'd see nothing on them?
I'd say they haven't built much of a presence in their own industry and they're not very approachable, and I probably wouldn't approach them.
Yeah, very good. By the way, in this new Zoom world, we all have to have, you know, we have to change the way we do things a little differently. So right now, you look like you're in the witness protection program. And the reason is you have the light behind you instead of in front of you, and so your face is shaded. Now, you may be doing that intentionally, but that's one of those things, too, when you're presenting yourself, if you're on an interview or on a Zoom call like this, something a little different. I think, you know, Mark would know this because he's very good with the, you know, how to present yourself and all that stuff. But in the speaking world, when we go out and give presentations, they taught us very early on, if you know, when you raise your hands, you open your hands like this. When you do a presentation, like if people see a closed hand, you know, this side of your hand, you're closing yourself off. This side of your hand, you're welcoming people in. It's that, you know, perception is that kind of, you know, quick and kind of, you know, just internal that people just get. So the little things mean a lot now on this. In this Corona time, this is the perfect time to approach me. This is the perfect time that you can catch me at home. This is the perfect time to take advantage of the situation. In all your life, in your business life, everybody, who here, show of hands, wants to be in the right place at the right time? You say, everybody wants to be, I'm going to tell you how to get to the right place at the right time. Nobody will tell you this but me. This is it. Go to the right place and just stay there. Eventually the time will catch up to you. But you know the right place. The right place is if you're a financial planner or an insurance person or something like that, the right place is the 55-year-old guy. Go after him. Go to those networking meetings. Look for a little gray hair. And then when you're in the networking meeting, yes, that you're there to network and find out if you have any similarities, but very soon after that, you find out if they're a good prospect for you, either as a referral or as a customer. And so I'm going to give you some verbiage to feel comfortable about getting in front of these people. Okay, and this is really important. Write this down. This is kind of part of the presentation, but this is much better. So, well, why don't I ask you? Wait, so there's two Mikes. There's a Mike and a Michael. Michael's the financial planner. Which one is that? Raise your hand. Okay, and then Mike. Oh, you're the Japanese American. Oh my gosh! Talk about a a target market. You deal with people who want to do business in Japan, right?
Yes.
How do you go about getting your business now?
I try and I essentially network with people who either work at a Japanese company or are part of like some Japan, like a Japan American Society, or maybe one of the state or city organizations, that type of group.
Right. So you could put together a list of those exact people in that thing, or you can go to events, or you can go to Zoom calls for all that. So the question is now, you know where the target is. Let's do it. I wonder if I could do this. I'm going to do this real quick. This may or may not work, but there's a whiteboard here. So let me just do this. Can you see this whiteboard?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So I'm just going to do one little thing. This is my computer I'm holding. So this is marketing. All right, this is everybody's marketing plan. It's just a triangle. There's three sides to it. There's your message. This is your product. This is what you sell. This is what people are interested in. There's your media. Media is the delivery system from the message. So this delivery system could be a phone call. It could be an email. It could be a networking event. It could be anything, but it's the way you take your message and you deliver it. It's just, it could be a billboard, for crying out loud. This is advertising. And then the last part is your marketplace. Marketplace. That's marketing. You take your message, you deliver it somehow to the target market, and you deliver that message. And at that point, they have a choice of whether or not they can either say one thing, yes, they're a prospect, or no, they're not. That's all that could happen. Does that make sense? Mike, you know your perfect marketplace. And you probably, all the different ways that we just talked about delivering it. The question is, what message are you presenting to that marketplace? So you say, I asked you, how do you get your new business? And you say, I try to network with those people. So let's figure out today, and everybody will learn from this, and everybody will do, everybody join in. What can Mike say to somebody to find out if they're interested or if they have the ability to help him? Somebody come up with an idea.